You'll probably want to improve at something, get better. Heck, you might even want to win, become the best, just like I did 4 years ago. Only difference is, 4 years ago, I never really had a plan, a clear framework, the exact steps that I needed to take in order to become the best. Now, 4 years later, I have created a framework that you can follow, which will clearly lay out the steps that you need to take in order to improve at something, become better, win at something. If you follow these steps, you are guaranteed to win. But before we begin, please don't do this mistake that everyone does, the mistake that I did when I first started, and that is to underestimate the steps of this framework that I'm about to tell you. Because here is the thing, these steps are simple. These steps are they're just not complicated. They're easy to follow. So you may even think like, mate, I knew these all along. Why are you saying this? This is common sense. But this is the thing, if you're someone who wants to improve at something, become better, and you know there's something within you that you can improve, well then you can take away something from this framework, because it clearly lays out the things that you need to follow, the steps that you need to take, and it might even help you diagnose the things that you're currently not doing, that if you did, maybe you would win, maybe you would improve more. Underestimating these steps is what took me so long to learn. It took me almost 4 years. So hopefully you can skip through all that time and learn much quicker. So let's just begin. The first step of this pyramid, let's think about it as a pyramid. The first step, before you can even start, before you can even set your goal, is just to have the correct mindset, have the correct frame of mind. But this is the thing that most people get wrong. This is often disguised as just mental health. So really the correct mindset is just having good mental health. I'm going to tell you why it's so important to have this correct mental health. Because without this, you can't even set a goal. How can you expect to become the best if within you have crippling anxiety? You don't believe in yourself, you doubt yourself. You can't even sit down and focus properly. How can you expect to work long hours, work better than everyone, produce better outcomes? And how can you improve the mental health? Well, I could even make a video on this as well if you want me to, but let me just lay out the basics. First thing that you need to do to improve your mental health is just to meditate. If you don't already, you should start doing this, because it's going to allow you to focus. It's going to allow you to be in the present moment better. And I say this because if you can sit down and not get distracted and focus on one thought and hold that one thought for a long period of time, work on it, and then once that thought is done, come to the next and hold on to that one. If you can do that, you're going to beat everyone. In this modern age, people don't have that skill. People just go from thing to thing. They try to multitask. But if you're a smart person, you would realize multitasking is only going to slow you down. The best thing to do is to stick to one thing and do it well. And that's what meditation will lead to. Now, that's the first thing. The second is just gratitude. You could do this through gratitude journaling. What works really well actually is just to write these down when you wake up, first thing that you do. Just to get used to the habit of being grateful for things. When you breathe, literally when you breathe, the fact that I'm able to record this video, the fact that I'm able to drink water, and why is that important too? When you're grateful, you're more able to enjoy the process, enjoy the hard work, because you understand this is a privilege that I'm able to do this thing. And once you can actually be happy by just sitting around and be happy that you're able to enjoy life, take in all these moments, you're going to enjoy so many more things. And when you can enjoy things, you will work better, you will work longer than other people. Another thing you can do is to reduce your screen time, because how are you going to become the best at something if you're spending like 6 hours on your phone? Think about that. Do you think the best people in the world, Messi, the best football player in the world, spend 6 hours on his phone? No, they don't do that. Why? Because to become the best, you need to put so much more time into becoming the best, working. And when you're on your phone, you're not really working on. But best way to do that, the easiest way to do that, is just to progressively deload off of it. Maybe 5 minutes less each day, 10 minutes less each day. Another thing that you can do quickly is to change your environment. By changing your environment, I mean you can even move out of your house, but it doesn't actually have to be that drastic. It just means the people that you're around, being aware of the people you're around basically. Are these people conducive to growth? Are they going to help you get to your goal? Are they supporting you? Is it like a bucket full of crabs where they're just holding you back? They're stopping you from making progress. You need to be aware of that. By knowing your environment, the people you hang around, maybe even shifting to realizing, you know what, when I'm with this group, I'm happy, I feel better. Stay with that group. Don't go with people who are just going to hold you down and don't really help you with your goal and make you feel bad about it for trying to work on something and become different. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. Change your environment. What you need to do is check how many of these apply to you and how many you could improve. Because there are definitely some that some people are missing out on and are not doing. And by doing those, you can improve. First of all, having a clear mindset, which is good mental health, basically. So once you've got that step, the second step is to have a clear goal. Once you have a clear goal, you know what you're doing. With a clear goal, you're able to direct your focus into one thing. And the way you can do this is by making your goal as specific as possible. Make it disgustingly specific. I'm sure Usain Bolt didn't become the best in the world by accident. Of course he didn't. He had a clear goal. So look at your goal. How could you make it clearer? I know this is so simple, but that's really how it is. Take your goal, and how could you make it even more specific? But arguably the most important step is to do what is required of you. And the interesting thing is, no, I didn't say work hard, because that's way too broad. Or be patient. That's way too broad. It's not specific enough. By saying do what's required, you need to be able to know exactly what you need to do. Let me give you an example of gym. When I first started, I had a lot of people around me and friends in school who didn't even touch weights. They didn't even touch the gym. They didn't even exercise. And they had, first of all, more muscle than me, and they were stronger than me. And I was working out every day consistently for a few months back then. So I figured out, this is one of the things that I did do right when I was younger, is I figured out what is it that I need to exactly do. Working out at home was fine, but going to the gym gave me better results. I told myself, am I really going to make more progress if I'm training every day? Or if I'm taking some rest days? And finally, 4 years later, I have built my dream body. But it wasn't easy. And guess what? I have stuck to it. So let me just tell you, this framework works. All you need to do is really find out what the things are in it that you're not doing and how you can implement them to your life. And that's what's so easy about it. I made it easy because there's no point in making something difficult if you're not actually going to stick to it. The whole point of this is that it's so easy that anyone can apply this to their life and actually diagnose, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Because I promise you, everyone can make their goal clearer. Everyone can improve their mental health by maybe meditating more, being more aware, being more grateful, appreciating their environment more. So what you get from this is, once you apply these 3 steps of the framework, which is really easy, you just need to find out how you can maximize each step to your own advantage and apply it to your own life and see how much you can get out of it. If you can stick to these 3 steps, you're guaranteed to improve. Winning is guaranteed. It's inevitable if you follow these 3 steps. But you know how my videos work. Don't just watch this video, close it, and go on to the next thing. No, that's not how we do it. See how you can apply these steps into your life, into your goal, into your career, wherever it is, and see how you can improve it. Because I'm sure you could improve one way or another, your mindset, your mental health. How could you make your goal even more clear, more precise? How could you make sure that the work that you're doing that's required is as efficient as possible? Are you working harder than you need to? Could you be in a different lane, getting more output for what you're putting in? Higher leverage. Are you being patient, or are you just in the wrong opportunity completely? So I hope you enjoyed this video. You know how it usually goes. If I gave you some value, please, what I need you to do in return is to like, comment, subscribe, you know the usual. Click on the bell, do everything for me. You know what? I help you, you help me.